Welcome to Steamboat Comedy Podcast, people. Thanks for listening. This is Kyle Ruff with you yet again. Going around, I got Spencer, the mini golf master, Powell. Say hello.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still kind of recovering from the burn you threw in there.
What? Mini golf master? That's a compliment.
Yeah.
What if I said like mini golf apprentice?
It's not mini golf. It's
not
golf battle.
Yeah, it's golf battle. It's a
Oh.
game on the
frigging
phone.
uncultured
All
swine.
right.
I didn't realize it was so violent that it was a battle.
No. Oh yeah.
Do you not see his face when he's playing it?
He looks like he's engaged in battle. That's
Yeah.
for sure. Or he has
Because
to
I
take a
am.
shit. One of the two. Keep going. It's Miles Sanchez. Say hello.
That's Styles Manchez to you,
Ooh,
sir.
that is true.
That is.
You are styling. You are a man.
Cheers.
I'm going to keep it going. To my left is the Dar, Kendra Ruthus.
What up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up, party people? And for the first time, we have a full
Live studio audience.
Thanks, guys.
That wasn't just us. That
They're all.
wasn't just us chilling. There's like 3 people back
I'm just
there.
gonna give you guys like a little.
4 people back there, guys. A record 4 number of people.
I'm gonna give you guys a little visual. We're sitting in Kyle Lee Ruff's room.
Podcast studio.
Podcast studio. They're all on his bed, his king size bed.
yeah.
If you don't know Kyle,
I'm sharing this
he
bed with 4
needs a
dudes
king
and 1
size
girl.
bed. There's
Pretty
Yeah.
nice.
yeah, 4
That's-
dudes,
I
6
got to put all the ladies somewhere.
5 dudes, 1 girl.
Yeah.
That's
on the
how I
bed.
like my ratios, baby.
3
Keeping it steamboat, you know what I mean?
Yeah. We're very steamboat in here
We're
right
very
now.
steamboat in here right now. There's no sheets.
No
sorry.
sheets.
No.
Not
You gotta see
Sheetless
all the
bed.
stains.
He's single now, so it makes sense.
That sizzling bacon over there. That's how you know it's real.
If I did put my relationship status in a Facebook category, it would be it's complicated.
Oh.
We're gonna leave it at that.
Perfect.
And we're moving on. So
And Kendra.
So is she.
God, I just got roasted in my own room / podcast studio. God. All right, so I just lost my train of thought because my ego was shattered by Miles Sanchez. All right, so did you break your glasses?
They've been broken.
Okay. Why don't you say that into the
That
microphone,
was the most Spencer
Spencer?
Eeyore statement ever.
Oh,
They've
they were
been
already
broken.
broken.
Well, I
Same as my heart.
Dishing out the heat like he does in the kitchen every
Not
day.
every day. I'm actually pretty shitty in the kitchen.
Yeah. Oh.
Great in a dish pit.
Great in this bit.
Hey.
So real quick plug. We should hopefully have this out in time. This Friday the 13th.
Ooh, and there's this full moon.
There's a full moon on Friday the 13th.
Yeah, it's in
I
Pisces.
see the
And-
bad
and-
moon rising.
And Wednesday's 9/11. Spooky.
I guess. I guess it's been long enough now that we can laugh at it. Is that what's going on?
Spooky 9/11.
Yeah.
A bunch of angry terrorists took over a
A
plane.
bunch of dastardly ghouls hijacked a plane. Oh, terrorism is actually way more scary than Halloween.
Oh,
thing.
it's real. It's real.
Yeah, because it's real.
Yeah,
the amount of terrorism deaths to vampire and ghost deaths per year.
That we know about.
That's a solid point.
Quick plug.
Yes.
We got our Friday the 13th show
Oh,
at
yeah,
Butcher
that's what we
Night
were talking
Brewing.
about.
Yep.
Yes. Butcher Night Brewing comedy show this Friday. We're bringing in pro comics from Denver and Chicago.
Pat Truer, Mark Masters. Yeah, they're coming.
And your favorite local comedians here at Steamboat Comedy.
Yeah.
You guys probably should just get some pre-sale tickets because it's cheaper and everyone in this town is cheap. So it's going to be at brownpapertickets.com. Just search Steamboat Comedy or Butcher Knife Brewing. Get them for $8, or you can pay $13 at the door. Unlucky 13. You have to walk through under a ladder when you come in to Butcher Knife.
And they shatter a mirror over your head.
Over your head, and then we are going to actually
just
have a
time
bag of
time.
cats there too. It's going to be a
Hit you
great
with a bag
time.
of
Free black
cats.
kittens.
Nothing's better.
Your ticket actually comes with one
Cat.
bag of kittens.
Yeah, black
Bag.
cat.
Just
African American.
Were you about to?
African American
African
cat.
American cats, yes, please. It's 2019.
let's be real.
Keep it down, live studio audience.
See you back there cracking beers in
Yeah.
Kyle's bed.
Pretty sure
Ayo.
African
Be sure to pour one out in your
American
homies
cats
in the
are
bed.
called
Did no one else
So once again, it's gonna be
I heard it's
brown
good,
paper
that's right.
tickets,
Brownpapertickets.com.
$8.com, and show starts at 8:30. Doors are at 8, but you can come even earlier. We're gonna have a food truck there, drink some beers, so we're funny. Lube yourself up a little bit there, and it's
Yeah,
gonna be
they
a
do
damn
have
good time.
KY on tap as well.
It's the best thing going on this weekend
Heck yeah, it
in
is.
Steamboat because it's kind of
'Cause what else are you gonna
getting
do?
literally what else you're gonna
you
do.
should go because you're a loser and you got nothing else.
Nothing
to do,
else
so
better to do.
We'll see you there.
Yeah. Losers convention at Butcher Knife Brewery.
Yeah.
This Friday, the 13th.
It's actually-
Feel free to come sit at the bar and fix your glasses.
And play.
Right, Spencer?
Play golf battle.
Oh, that's what I'm gonna be doing.
You're going to give me an onset migraine the day of the show if you're doing that.
It's like when we podcast with Spencer, it's just like he just happens to be here. And throughout the whole time, he's like, oh, wait, what? Oh, yeah.
9/11.
here I am. 9/11. Back to my glasses and mini golf. Oh, excuse me, battle golf, whatever it is.
Golf battle.
World of War golf.
The Gulf War.
The Gulf of Tonkin, maybe. All right, so we're going to talk about today. We're going to go over one of the shows we just did. We did a comedy night at the Chief Theater, which is a local. I don't know, is it public? I don't really know how it works, but it's right
a
in the middle of downtown.
nonprofit.
It's a nonprofit theater right in the middle of town. They do a lot
Theatre.
of cool things in the community. They do
All
improv
the
there.
thespians go there. It's
Thespians?
so great. The
You're a
thespian.
thespian now, Miles.
I'm
How
a
do you feel about
super
that?
thespian.
Are you gonna drive a Subaru now that you're a thespian?
Absolutely. Green Subaru with the coexist sticker on the back.
I've never met a lesbian that sounds like that.
Thespian, that's why.
I'm a thespian.
Yeah, that's not even what we were going for,
Yeah.
Spencer.
So that was your impression of a thespian?
A thespian. They have a lisp for some reason. I don't know why.
Sorry, I just brought that whole thing to a screeching
We're
halt.
gonna
I'm
just-
sorry,
yeah,
guys.
we're gonna edit all
fix
that
in
out,
post. All right, Hannah, shut your face.
I don't know. Maybe my glasses will break again, and then.
And we can be like, what are you doing with your glasses?
Yeah, that was good stuff. That was much better.
That's it's comedy gold.
Yeah.
It's always funny when someone breaks their glasses. Mm-hmm. For sure. Don't you watch Scooby Doo?
That's when you know they're really in trouble.
All right, guys. So the Chief Theater was a great time, right? Performing, we had our buddy Mike DeNova. Rest in peace. He's moving to Buffalo. He was our host for this great event. Followed by Avery Cavender, Kalen Smith, our buddy Dom, the Dom father, Spencer Garland, other rival Spencer.
Rival Spencer.
Rival Spencer.
Yeah, I actually like the guy. We get along.
No, he's a nice dude. Miles, of course. Mac Mashmeyer, great guy. He'll be at Butcher Knife Brewery. Drew McElhenney,
I wish he was going to be at Butcher Knife. I love him so much.
the Bacon Beard dude. he's the
Bacon beard.
best.
Bacon beard.
Just wanna eat it.
Bacon beard.
And then it was finished up by the Dar, the Spence House, and myself. So all four of us were in it. I had a great time. It was an awesome turnout. We sold out the Chief. I don't know exactly.
Sold
how
out a
many-
free show. That's
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah, we made so much money, dude.
No, what was really cool was they had to bring in extra chairs because there was just like too many people there, which made me feel so amazing and horrified at the same time.
We got audience shuffle going on, live studio audience. So yeah, it was great. Yeah, it was sold out. They were bringing in extra chairs. There were so many people who wanted to come in. I mean, it was at
Turning
least
people away.
over 100 people.
Oh,
Like
easily.
aggressively, we were like, "Get out!"
Aggressively.
Yeah, I know only one guy actually got stabbed, but they were threatening with knives a lot of people from the horde that was trying to
Yes,
get in.
exactly.
So yeah, it was a great time. Had a lot of fun. It was kind of a collaboration with us and a lot of the regulars who are at
Chief Theater.
the Chief Theater. So like Mike being the main guy, again, rest in peace. He's in Buffalo, so he might as well be
Avery,
dead.
Spencer,
Yeah.
Kaylin, Drew are all Chief Theater people.
We always talked about wanting to do improv with them. I don't know. We never got a chance.
Well, we still have plenty of time.
Heck
Until
yeah,
then, we're
we
just
do.
gonna walk around each other like rival street gangs here in Steamboat,
Yeah.
snapping our fingers.
I
That's
love
right.
that idea. Actually, that would be a really funny video.
Yeah, we'll fight
Really?
him.
And I'll definitely fight them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, they're
Witchcraft.
definitely better dancers than we are. There's no way we're gonna beat them.
Excuse me.
No. I'm talking about like all in sync. Like these theater
don't
people.
even
No,
know.
you know these theater people are on another level. We don't
They're
want to be
improv.
challenging them
No.
to dance off.
I
and-
will
Have
challenge
you
them myself.
ever watched the movie Step Up? They always bring in dancers from the street. All right, they always do.
Yeah, we're
We are
definitely
those
we're the
dan-
street dancers.
We're definitely the
Okay.
street dancers.
Yep.
They
No,
might
it
be
would make sense.
timed and wear tights
Yeah.
and stuff, but we wear Air Force Ones.
It would be an
And we dance
interesting
in the
clash
street.
of styles.
Hard.
Actually, we'll go in order of appearance. So we're gonna skip ahead to.
Well, why don't we talk about?
Do we want to
Niall?
talk about everyone else who went up?
Yeah, who's not here, and we can talk about them.
Okay.
Behind their backs
Do you wanna
in a
start?
live studio audience.
All right. So Mike started out.
So he started out, and I immediately started sweating profusely because the crowd is not picking him up, and like it was kind of a weird start. I felt like.
That's kind of what you go up with when you are the first person. Is you?
Yes
You have
and
to
no.
like beat people into.
I feel like
their
at Butcher
attention.
Knife, like when we did that show in April, everyone is super receptive immediately.
To
Yeah.
be fair, though, like we literally got like a really leg up on that because we're all FMB people, and that was an all FMB show.
Yeah, but still.
And I don't know, they knew what was up. Where
I
this was that was a bigger crowd. That was a harder crowd, you know.
Well, also too, it's the theater too, so it's a bigger room. You know, we always talk about like a personality that fills the room.
Right.
Like it is like kind of a
It's so
like
true.
a temporal thing. You know, like
So true.
Yeah.
like
It is a literal thing. If you have a medium personality in a small room, you can fill it.
yeah.
But if you have a large personality in an extra large room, there's some wiggle room.
Yeah, and plus too with the lights, you know, everything it creates more degrees of separation between the performers and the audience.
That's
you
how
know?
I felt. It was really
Yeah.
different from doing what we've been doing, I guess, which is like a lot of open mics and you're there with your friends and it's super casual. And then this added another level of pressure that I've never felt at the OTP shows and I never felt at Butcher Knife. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like I'm always
sure.
nervous, but like it was just it felt so
It's a
separate.
big crowd. This was like our first crowd that had a lot of people who were just
Had no
I-
idea.
Yeah, like I
Who
heard about
rolled
this on the
in.
radio, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna check it out. You know,
Yep.
because it was actually like a day or two later. I went to Whole Foods, or not Whole Foods. What's it called here? Natural Grocers.
I would lose my mind if we had a Whole Foods here.
Right. Well, we
I
have
would
we
be
have a
broke. I would be
pseudo
homeless
Whole
just so I
Foods.
could afford Whole Foods.
But I like accidentally made eye contact with this guy, and the guy kind of like double taked and saw me, and he just kind of like gave me like a point and a thumbs up, and then walked away. And like, for a second, I was like, "Fuck off, dude!" But then I was like, "Oh, he must have been at the show." So
Yeah.
that's cool. I mean, it was more. This was our first show that had a lot more people like that, were just from the community.
Totally.
So that was really cool.
Well, because there's a lot of regulars that go there for all of the Chief Theater shows, which I thought was really cool about
Yeah.
bringing in, and like the improv people's crowd.
Sure.
Like their crowd and our crowd was there. It's really, really cool.
Our crowd was a lot drunker, I will say.
Definitely.
Well, that's what we bring to the table,
That's
baby.
what we bring to the table, baby.
Booze.
Streets.
The streets. Yeah, so it was great. I thought Mike did a great job. He's always good.
He is always good.
He's got a great self-deprecating fat guy humor routine
love
that
him.
he goes
I
through.
love
It's
it,
the
dude.
best,
I'm able to like definitely vibe off it for sure.
for sure. Because you both have beards, is that why?
Yes, yes, Kyle. We both have beards.
Oh.
That's why.
Right.
Did you just awe at that? Did you?
Well, 'cause
I heard it
saw,
from over here.
I saw your beard, and it's not really a beard.
Well, one day we were playing trivia, and just to spite me, Kyle made sure our name for trivia was Miles and the Mustaches.
Because he doesn't really have one.
But actually got switched to being called Miles and the Sanchez's, which
Yeah.
I don't know which was worse, like because they're
That's
both
amazing.
mustaches joke, and I don't have a good
One's
one.
dirtier than the other.
Yeah. Ooh.
Ew.
So yeah, it started out. It took a little bit for the crowd to go, but the crowd was really receptive. I thought for the most part the whole show.
Yeah.
And we kind of brought in the heavy hitters late, which is us,
True.
NBD.
I'm not
But,
gonna deny it.
Next was Avery.
Avery.
So I'd never seen her before. She was funny. She
She also was doing it last minute.
was doing it last minute.
And
like
she's a
fill-in.
mom
And she's a new
of
mom.
2.
She just gave birth and had a bunch of jokes.
She's
about,
a badass.
Yeah, it was great.
And then Was Kaylin next?
Yeah, Kaylin
Yeah.
was.
Oh,
next.
Kaylin killed it. I love her
always
stage
kills.
presence. And I'm really happy Mike convinced her to come up to our open mics in the Barley the first time, and I saw her. I was like, another girl. Like, it's just, it's the rare around these parts. Just like women in general, not to mention like female comics.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just like a Steamboat. Like, if you want to.
If you want to meet a woman in Steamboat, that's hard. If you want to meet a Steamboat woman who does comedy,
There's literally 3.
extra hard. We got them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she did great. She's awesome. I've always been impressed with her every time she's come to.
She has
open
very
mics.
good stage presence
She
too.
does.
For
She's
sure.
very
Totally.
comfortable.
She's super natural on the stage.
And
Not
then-
super common natural, not supernatural. We'll leave that shit up to me.
She literally.
There's only one witch allowed in this group.
Well, what if she's a
that, Spencer?
sorceress?
Yes.
What if she's a socialist? Oh, that's terrible.
A sorceress, or I mean, like, I
Sorceress.
think that's like a female wizard, but not a witch. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's just a witch, and you're just trying to be
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
nah, dude. There's levels.
And then we had
Sorceress.
Dom.
Yeah, sorceress.
Don't they even call them witches though in Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
What if she's a
Why do you
mage?
ask Spencer? He doesn't know.
Because he looks like a dork.
Yeah, no, that's actually a keen observation. I never got into Harry Potter.
All right. So next up in the lineup, Dom went up. Our own Dominic Marzuka, who if you've heard on the Steamboat Comedy Podcast.
I was really proud of his set. I thought he did a good job with
Yeah.
it was very Dom.
Yes. Very.
I really
Dom.
wanted to get a counter for how many times he said pastry.
Yes.
I'll be honest with you. He said pastry probably like 15 times.
What's a synonym for pastry?
Well, I think he wanted a synonym for cannoli. Like, but all he could come up was this long penis-shaped pastry. So I took the pastry in a pastry-like fashion, and I pastried it into my mouth.
And I pasted the.
And then I
pastry out of my
pastried
tongue.
the pastry out of my mouth. I don't know. It's no, he did a great job. It's a good storytelling
yeah,
Dom.
Classic Dom talking about how his family is all weird and
If
Mormon.
you get up to
Yeah,
ASMR
not
words
Mormon.
like pastry, watch this.
Just rich.
If you like pastries, you'll love Dom Marzuka. All right, next up we had Other Spencer.
Can we just always call him Other Spencer?
Well, Spencer 2 from now on.
Spencer too.
It's going to be our Spencer. He is Spencer 1.
He's only done it a couple times before.
Actually, I'm not okay with that. No,
Alright.
this is art though.
That was fun. And then we had Smiles Manchez.
Miles Manchez.
This is probably my favorite part of the show.
I did the best sponsorship plug I've ever done in my entire
That was
life.
my favorite. It makes me laugh even to this day. Can we put that clip in here?
Yeah.
But it was also, one thing that also helped my eyes really much about the Chief was they have so much sponsorship. Like, so much. And I don't have any. I mean, I got 2 recently. I'm now sponsored by 2 places. It's great. And this is my plug right now because I now have to, do my endorsements. So if you guys, real quick. When I feel like doing really dumb things and making bad decisions, I go to OTP. Sean is a really cool guy over there, and it's just a really good place to go sometimes. Yeah, I love OTP. OTP's great. Oh, man. That joke just made me really, really thirsty. Like, I'm pretty parched. And when I'm pretty parched,
I think you need a butcher knife amputator IPA.
Butcher Knife Amputator IPA. Official beer sponsor of Steamboat Comedy.
Yeah.
Ah, it's so funny. I
So
love
great. What'd you
that.
think, live studio audience? Was that pretty good? Oh, yeah.
I got like 3 oh yeah buds.
That's how you get applause
That's
in
a
Canada.
yeehaw from Canada.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you're doing pretty good,
Oh, yeah,
Alabama
bud.
boy.
I like it. I like it.
Oh, yeah, you betcha.
Oh, you betcha, pal.
Yeah, so it was great. The plugs were awesome. If you're just listening and didn't see the video, he was wearing an Old Town Pub OTP shirt and a Butcher Knife Brewing headband.
And the whole Chief Theater show is actually available at youtube.com. Type in Steamboat Comedy, it'll kind of come up, and then you can watch it.
Yeah, check it out.
YouTube.com.
What's that? Y-O-U. It's
It's gonna go YOUTUBE dot
HTTP.
COM.
Yeah.
And you can look up Golf Battle on YouTube as well and see all of Spencer's highlights from his amazing
Oh,
performance for 1,000,000 coins.
it's just a Hall of Fame reel is all it is.
Oh man.
Yeah, so no, it was great. I loved your set. And you did your knife bit, which has been great a bunch of times before.
I
so
love
we're
the
gonna
knife
keep doing that.
bit.
It's awesome.
Knife bits. It plays, doesn't it?
But knives are nothing to play with, children. Very important.
Important message from
Or
Steamboat
if you're a
Comedy.
magician.
Is that something magicians do? Is play with knives?
Yeah.
What kind of magician? I guess they
They're,
throw
they're
them at.
still at their job. They're still professionals. They're not playing. Like it looks like they're playing. But that's the artistry. That's
they
the
take-
artistry. They are not
Full
playing.
confession, you say like not to play with knives, but yesterday at work, I totally had someone throw a carrot at me to see if I could cut it in midair.
Sick.
With my,
How slow was it yesterday?
it was so slow that I made fried Oreos at work yesterday.
Oh my god.
After I cut a carrot in half while it was thrown at me in midair with my yeet cleaver.
Wait, did you cut it lengthwise?
Well, what
Yes.
he tossed it up, and then I just had my yeet cleaver, and I was like, "Yeet-ka-ja!" and just chopped it downward, and it sliced in half, and I was like, "That's what Fruit Ninja feels like."
Hell yes.
And then I deep fried some Oreos.
You're like the Beverly Hills Fruit Ninja.
Can we never
carrots
call
are
me that again? Because that
vegetables.
just has so many negative connotations.
No, I love it's Farley.
Beverly
It's
Hills Fruit Ninja, like
Yeah.
sounds like a guy that wears like
Yeah.
a rainbow
Yeah, like
kimono
Fruit Ninja.
and like
I
beats
agree.
you up with dildos. Like that's what that sounds like.
Beverly Hills Fruit Ninja actually sounds like a new blender that you would find on an infomercial.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
The Beverly Hills Fruit
The
Ninja.
blender of the stars. The fruity ones.
The blender of the stars.
We need to talk about Kendar.
Well,
Now we need to
Some
talk
more.
about Mac.
Well, next, after the Styles Manchez did his plugs and got us all of our money, Mac went up. Our buddy Mac, hilarious dude that we discovered at open mic. He
He's
just came
so
out one day.
funny.
He's the best. He's going to be at Butcher Knife this weekend. Great, dry sense of humor delivery. He had a bit about going bull riding that was just the best.
yeah, it's pretty good.
So
Yeah.
good.
He went bull riding one time. And
Every time he goes up, he impresses me even more.
yeah,
I'm
he's
just
great.
like, wow.
And he does new stuff all the time. I really give him credit for trying new things a lot.
Me too. Oh,
After
then
that,
Bacon Beard.
Bacon Beard Drew, he's the best.
He is also the best.
Should make a BLT out of his beard.
Was that beard, lettuce, and tomato?
Absolutely. With a little bit of ranch.
Can you just imagine his beard soaked with
No, I
ranch?
can't because it's
Him like having like a huge bowl and then just dipping his thing in ranch, and then his wife like licks it off. Do you think that's what they do for foreplay?
I just picture him wringing it out, you know.
Ugh.
Just squeeze. He's like laying down, he just wrings it out on her titties. You know what I mean?
Nice. Yeah, I like that
But
too.
if you look at that thing though, he does take that thing to get groomed. Like
Oh, it's fantastic.
yeah, but I just wonder like if he
I wonder
does,
if he knows he's Bacon Beard.
he does now. At
I'm
least.
sure the man has ate bacon before. Like one day he's eating it, like eating bacon in front of the mirror, you know, like you do, and he just has this like epiphany.
Like I'm Bacon Beard.
I'm a bacon beard.
Can you imagine if he just took like a whole sheet of bacon and just hung it from his beard?
That's what he should do.
You wouldn't be able to see the difference.
You wouldn't
You would
know.
not.
That's what he's doing right now?
Yeah,
You
I
wouldn't
literally
know.
have no idea if that's beard or bacon. It could be either.
We should do a show. It's like
Is
hot
it
dogs
beard
or
or-
legs, but like beard or bacon, and then just have Drew and like all different pictures of Drew.
I just take him and I just change the color of his beard.
Yeah,
I think it could be great.
I love him.
It
I
would be
think it
beard
looked
every time.
delicious.
I'd eat it.
Magically
All right,
delicious.
so it was the halftime of the comedy show, aka intermission, and then Drew went on, and then Kendar went on. Kendar did not have her best night, but she still did okay.
Yeah.
I mean, people still laughed.
People still laughed.
Like
So-
a lot.
Kendar did what I almost said this last Friday.
Forgot.
It's one of the scariest thing for me about doing stand-up comedy is forgetting what the hell I'm talking about.
I forgot.
Nothing.
100%. Literally had no clue where I was going.
It's terrifying.
It was horrible. It was like I'm still sweating and still feel ashamed. I should have left town that night.
It was still good. I mean,
It
you
was-
recovered well.
Yeah, but
Your tits were still perfect. Like
Oh, perfect tits magoo.
they were good.
It's like, not my
Eh,
best tit night.
Not my best hit night. I just like that color on me, to be honest. It wasn't so much a shirt. That was like my really first time ever. And we've all had those moments, but that was really my first ever bomb moment. And I think that was a humbling experience, you know? Like
It really is. Like having
like we all have to have that, and I hadn't had that, and I've been doing it since January. I'm pretty new at it, and usually you get it in the first couple months. Of course, I got it during our biggest show, so that's sick.
biggest show yet.
Biggest show yet.
I'm sure you'll bomb at the next biggest one.
Perfect.
I was like you though in the sense that like I generally when I do my stand up I just talk to like 4 or 5 different people really, and I make eye contact with them. But this time I couldn't see anybody, so I was literally performing comedy via echolocation.
I got up there.
Like-
Yeah, I
Like,
got
where are my
it was
laughs coming from? I'm gonna talk to that area.
Yeah. That really threw me off, and I didn't think I was going to, because I've done theater before. I've been on stage before. It's not necessarily that gets me nervous. I don't know. Something about that night, and
Honestly, I think what hurt, and it's hurt me and other people before, a lot of people this night brought up like cheat sheets.
I
with
don't
them.
need that. I knew
And
my
it's,
set.
it's not only that,
Yeah.
but if you have like a cheat sheet up there with you,
you think
you're
you
more
need it.
likely to be like, oh shit, and go to your cheat sheet, and then there's an awkward moment of you trying to scurry through your notes. Whereas if you don't have your notes, you just have to struggle
Be
through
nat-
it and
exactly.
you have to naturally figure it
I
out.
100% agree. I have never gone up with a cheat
Yeah.
sheet before. I usually just go up there.
The only time I've ever really forgot where I've had to stop and be like, what am I talking about? Was at one of our random Brauhaus open mics, and it's when I brought my notes up, where I had them right in front of me.
Yeah. It's definitely a scary moment, but I think all comics go through that, and it is what it is.
It is what it is.
So, it was just one of those things. And after that, I was definitely in my head, and I wasn't as natural as I usually am. I don't think I was very I was on edge after that for sure.
What part do you think still went well? That we can play
None.
None?
Yeah, no, I hated everything
You
about
hated
it.
all of it?
Yeah. I
let's
want to
listen to
forget
the
it ever
whole
exists.
thing.
Yeah.
Go ahead and play that clip. The whole.
Yeah, right.
Let's be sure to play the one where she's sucking the dick of the microphone.
The whole deep throating a microphone.
yeah.
When you do that in front of your friends and they laugh and everyone's like, "Oh, that's fucking good." I just think of random things throughout the day that make me laugh, and I'm like, I should just do that as a bit. But it'd be different if it was an open mic. I think it would have fucking went well if it was just all the people
Like
that
20
we
people drinking
20
at a
people
bar.
drinking at a bar, but when you're actually at a show and nobody knows you,
Like,
nobody's
hey,
seen
Grandma,
your
you want to hear a joke about sucking cocks?
dick, and
yeah.
I'm definitely very raunchy. But that's just part of the game, and you just have to give things a try, and
You
you
gotta shoot
learn
to
from
score.
it, and you got to shoot to score, and that's really how I feel about it. I'm just trying not to hate myself still, but I definitely do. So
Well, you shouldn't, but you're going to right now because I'm going to play it.
no,
Pause.
please don't.
I see a couple new faces in the crowd. I really actually can't see any of you. This is just part of my set. It's great. A couple new faces in the crowd, and I just thought I'd introduce myself. I'm Kendra. It's kind of building a profile here if anyone wants to buy me a drink after the show. I'm Kendra. I'm 26. I'm a Libra. I also feel like I'm genetically superior sometimes. Not because I'm white, you fucking weirdos. It's because I don't have a gag reflex. I love that one. I'm also a part-time vegan. Basically what that means is, any vegans in the crowd? Okay, we know one person who's not cool, two persons who's not cool. Basically that means I'm just trying to withdraw off of my cheese addiction. So the reason I haven't gone full vegan is I just have a question for vegans out there. Do vegans swallow? Because, okay, we got one. Because, in my mind, I'm like, you can't have honey. You can't have cum. And, I grew up with 3 rules in my house. No smoking cigarettes. No Ouija boards. And spitters are fucking quitters, and I'll be damned if I spend my life intentionally disappointing my mother. It's not going to happen.
So that was
It's not
Kyle's
gonna
special
happen.
pick of something he thought was funny at my set because I hated every part of it. On to Spencer next.
Can I just say though, I'm pretty sure as soon as we brought up deep throating the microphone, there's a lot of people listening that were like, okay, so youtube.com is what she said. youtube.com. That's where we gotta go.
You can see her swallow an entire microphone. It's very impressive.
And no, you don't want to watch it. It's a lot.
it's
sadder
graphic.
than- yeah,
It's very sad.
it's-
If you want to cry one night for somebody, then you can go and watch it at youtube.com.
www.
I promise that
Y-O-U
T-U.
T-U-B-E.
Once again,
period,
T-U-B-E.
C-O-M. Yeah.
Backslash.
Backslash. Perfect
I
Kids
pro-
Magoo.
if anyone does watch that, I promise I'm funnier than that. I swear.
Yeah, she's a liar. Next up was the magnificent Spencer Powell. So Spencer went out on a limb and tried something he had never done before, which was a dramatic reenactment of the beginning of World War One.
Yeah, the assassination of the Archduke of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, Franz Ferdinand.
Yeah,
Never
he's the one who
even
sings
heard of
that
that in my
song. It's
life.
like
I
I'm
back
not
my
hand-
car into a cop.
Yes.
The
No, that's-
other
Yeah, that guy.
That
That
is
guy.
not it. That is Modest
That was
Mouse.
Modest Mouse. Yeah. Yeah.
it's all the same.
It was like,
He came in so hot. He's like, I got this joke right now.
yeah. It's that one where the guitar goes like like over and over like
Take me out. I
Yeah.
know this could
Yeah.
die.
Yeah.
I know this could
Catchy
die.
as shit.
I know.
Yeah.
Take
back
me
my
out.
car That's totally how it goes, guys.
You guys understand why his death was a big deal. Yeah, started World War One. People
big
were
deal.
pissed.
Yeah.
People were
And also
pissed.
started.
So
Did that really start World War One?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
100%.
Everything he said was true. This is like a really and the story where like they went to kill him and they got away and the guy was like, shit, I guess I messed up, and then he comes back later to get a sandwich and the dude Franz Ferdinand just comes back to the scene of his own attempted assassination and is like, I'm gonna help the community, and dude's like, I guess I'll just shoot him now, and he does.
Yeah.
This is World War One started World War Two, so like literally the Holocaust and all of these things would have not happened had that dude not been at the sandwich shop at that time.
Yep.
It's amazing. Go listen to a podcast called Hardcore History.
No,
And he
don't
does-
promote. No, listen to our podcast
Oh well,
and then go to youtube.com.
Once again, that's YouTube.
YOUTUBE period COM.
Because well, I just bring that up because since I've done that set, people keep telling me about this hardcore history guy.
it's so good.
And it makes me mad because I feel like people assume that I watched that and it's like I'm gonna do that for my stand up, and it
True.
hurts me inside because it's not.
well, I mean,
what
you could also read a book. Anything pertaining with World War One has to do with
Wikipedia.
this.
Literally, that whole thing is
Yeah.
Wikipedia. The
Well, it's just
whole
that
thing.
no one reads
Shout out
anymore. They
Wikipedia.
just listen to
Shut up.
podcasts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Thanks for listening. And so that's how everyone else knows about it.
yeah.
true.
It's not a knock on you. It's just another way to receive information
Ha-
into your
And
life.
you're
at
right.
the end of
You're
that
right.
guy's bit, did he say that it was gay?
Yeah, no, that was my little personal flair. Is
World War
just-
One's gay, you guys.
yeah, it's a yeah.
That really.
That was
very- very
I
modern
laughed very
approach.
hard during that.
It was very from left field. It was kind of like you were like wrapping up and you're like, and in conclusion,
War's gay.
No,
World War One's gay.
no, because I decided in writing this because I knew that it really wasn't going to go over very well. Like I knew, I was like, I need something for this Steamboat crowd to latch onto. I was like, what if I just
Gays.
the word gay?
Homophobia
Yeah.
always works.
Oh, and it was a hit. It saved the whole thing.
It really did.
There was one girl who like walked away in disgust because she was all butthurt about it, but she came right back.
Yeah.
She really just wanted to buy a beer.
Well, I feel
Yeah,
like
probably. She's like,
the
I'm
sad
thirsty,
thing,
and just walked away.
the sad thing that bothers me about that is that the kind of person who would walk out after I said World War One was really gay is probably the same kind of person that enjoyed everything up to that point. You know, she was probably really into it. Then she's like, damn it. Like I was
Like, yeah.
latching
It's like, I'm
on.
okay with all the murder and genocide, but if you say gay, I'm out of here.
Right.
Right.
Oh,
that
but
was
anyway,
good.
I want to talk about the shirt I was wearing. All right.
Is that salmon? Is that the color?
Salmon. No, so this shirt.
To be fair, you brought 2 shirts with you.
I brought 3. Okay, no. So this is where these shirts came from. No, this is a really sweet story.
Oh,
No,
God.
this is sweet. Where these shirts came from? Well, because I can't shop for clothes by myself. I can't. I don't understand fashion. I don't understand clothes.
You don't understand
I
clothes you're wearing.
I
them.
don't. I no. So I don't really shop for clothes or nice clothes for myself. If I go get clothes for myself, I'm like, oh, cool. Like I like this color, like this solid color of shirt. You know, whatever.
Right.
But anyway, so the girl I lost my virginity to when I was 19.
Oh my God, for
Right?
real?
I did not see that coming.
She worked at a J. Crew factory store and was like, Spencer, you can't dress. I'm tired of going out into public with you because you can't dress.
Very sweet story.
I'm gonna
So-
take your virginity
Yeah.
and then leave you alone.
And
She
then
had a
buy you new
baller-
clothes.
She had a baller discount at this J. Crew factory store. So she went out and bought me a whole like closet full of clothes.
Okay.
That, I mean, half of them I've ripped or if like, but this is one of the survivors. This salmon shirt survived.
So how old is this salmon shirt?
About a decade, about 10 years old.
That's an old salmon
That's
shirt.
an old friggin' shirt.
That is. I can't believe that just happened.
No, that's a true story. So yeah.
And this is Steamboat Comedy Podcast. You just never know what's gonna happen.
What's Spencer gonna do next?
Big reveal.
Oh.
That shirt.
Oh, I actually, I like that shirt. I think it looks good on you.
I agree.
Really good.
You're a
It's really good
naturally
shirt.
salmon kind of guy.
You look like
Yeah.
a tasty snack a bear would eat.
Salmon
Yeah,
Spencer.
well, that's
Yes.
why she bought it for me. Like she straight up like took me into the changing closet and just threw on a bunch of shirts
And fucked
on
you
me.
for the first time in your life.
While you're wearing the salmon shirt.
Yeah. No, I wasn't wearing that shirt. I wasn't.
Just the shirt.
Just the shirt.
Yeah,
You Winnie the Poohed it?
You're doing the Donald Duck shirt, no pants.
We love Winnie Pooh and Donald
the
Duck.
best.
It's the best.
You had the sailor cap and everything. It was great. All right, so we'll play a little bit about how World War I is.
My
gay.
man Leopold is serving as the chauffeur for Franz Ferdinand, not the band, but the Archduke of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, right? And he makes a wrong turn and ends up stopping the car right in front of the man who would assassinate the Archduke and set into course World War I. Like, damn. Like, I miss turns all the time. We all do. Like, could you imagine if it's like, oh, wait, this isn't 6th Street? Oh, World War I. And it's all your fault. But no, but the real culprit, though, it was miscommunication. Because they decided to take a different route. But that information was never made it to any of the drivers. You know, so it's basically their Google Maps was never updated. You know, partly because cell reception in Bosnia is kind of spotty, and partly because it was 1914 and telephones were still blowing people's minds. But perhaps, though, maybe the blame should fall on the guy who shot the Archduke. He was a 19-year-old kid named Gavrilo Princip. And this kid, he and his friends had already tried killing the Archduke earlier that day. But the Bosnian Eli Manning threw a grenade at the Archduke's car, and it floundered, fell incomplete. And then Leopold, who actually is a good driver, swerved out of the way easily. You know, so imagine this 19-year-old kid, he's standing out front of a sandwich shop. He had just eaten a sandwich. And he's thinking, damn, that was our chance. That was it. And he sees the Archduke pull up. He's like, no way. No way. Like, this is it. The stars have aligned. This is destiny. This is about to go down. This is my fate. So he walks up and he shoots the Archduke and his wife. You know, but was it a choice for this kid? You know, when you think about it, because a lot of Bosnians hated the royal family. Because basically, Austro-Hungary basically bought Bosnia from the Ottoman Empire. You know, they were like, hey, did that check clear? Are we good? And they're like, yeah, you're good. Bosnia's all yours. And we're like, all right, that's cool. And meanwhile, the people that live in there are like, wait, what just happened? What? Wait, we're Austrians now? Or Hungarians? Or what? I don't even, are we going to add another hyphen? What the hell's going on? Like, what?
You know?
Well, Spencer, I learned a lot, and
I loved it. I think it was great. It was awesome. It was one. Well, I told you. I remember beforehand. I was like, "Hey, do you want to like practice your material and stuff like that?" And you're like, "No."
Yeah,
You're like, I just got to do this in front of people. And afterwards, I was kind of like, "Okay, yeah, I get it."
well, the thing is too is at that point, I would have just fumbled over everything because, you know, I really don't do very well remembering exact words and lines, and so, like when we met the few days earlier, I would have just stumbled. So it wouldn't have been like a real representation of what I was gonna do. So any feedback would be like in response to not what was I was actually going for, I guess, because I was just gonna stumble all over myself.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta prepare in your head and then just do it. Because I don't like. I mean, all the time people are like, "Oh, like let me hear a little bit of your bit," and I'm like, "No," because
Right.
I don't want to
same.
overthink
People
it.
do it all the time.
Yeah. It was definitely something different. It was something you had never done any part of that before.
That's
Well-
what I liked about it.
Well, I was tempted to go the full blown Andy Kaufman route and just like, what if I just went out there and just made the World War I is really gay joke right at the beginning, and then just go into the history lesson with no jokes. You know, just World War I was really gay, right? And everybody's just like, yeah, we're on board. We're Steamboat. Like some of us, like,
Say things are gay still.
yeah, I don't know. But anyways, like, what if I just did that and then just all history, and then by the end of it, people are like, oh my god, like he just kind of.
World War One was really gay.
He was
Everyone just
fucking
like
with us
wipes
the whole
tears
time.
from their eyes and stands up in applause. When you
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. That's how I pictured it. It's like, well, like Hannah said, is like I was just really intrigued by the story that
Yeah.
I was just like you were a good storyteller, so I was just listening. I was like,
We should get you specifically one of those like wireless mics that go.
No.
great TED
no,
Talk,
never,
TED
Just
Talk.
never.
straight up TED Talk.
Never.
I'm gonna
So I
put you
could-
in an all black suit like your Steve Jobs.
Oh, dude, he
And
would
then
look really
Yeah.
good in a tactical turtleneck,
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah.
he?
Yeah,
Yeah, turtleneck.
hand
and yeah,
movements.
Yeah. Put my
100%.
fingers
That is
together.
your vibe,
Yeah.
Some
Spencer.
like politician thumbs.
Oh,
you know
the-
what I mean?
the
Like the
poli-
Bill Clinton
yeah.
thumb.
Please
Yeah.
wear your broken ass glasses too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you broke ass glasses.
Yeah, I'll start fixing them
broke ass,
mid set,
broke ass.
and that'll make me really look smart. Because you look smart with glasses, but you look even smarter
when
if
you
you're-
take them off.
when you're like
When you
got a
actually
little mini screwdriver and you're like
When you're
fixing
like
you're
like,
tinkering with
"Ooh."
your glasses.
you
Yeah, he
tinker
has
them.
glasses and he's a technician.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What's he? Is he fixing the AI on his glasses right now?
So and anyway, so as I'm saying, you guys can see it. Folks at home can't see what I'm talking about, but don't I look smarter right now? I'm not even doing
Yeah,
anything. I'm
he's
just like
he's just
doing
poking
this
his
next to-
glasses with the tiny
This isn't
screwdriver.
even the right side. The screw is
I
on
feel
the
like
other
you could
side.
even just like if you polish your glasses with
Yeah.
a tiny cloth, that makes you look smart too. Let's talk about something important, which is me.
Oh, God.
So I
I'm
was
gonna
last.
beat that joke to death.
I can just say with the video, the lighting probably hits Kyle most balanced. That's
Well,
the
you guys
most
should all
balanced
get
lighting.
shorter, dude.
Told you.
Right,
We
right.
should all just wear shorts.
I also was standing at the front of the stage, which no one else did, because I listened to when they told us to do that at the beginning, guys.
Yeah, well, I had to get behind
When they
my
were
cheat
like,
sheet.
"Here's where the light is. You got to stand between here and there."
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, I mean,
listen.
you were back a little far, but you came up from us.
I listen. I'm just gonna let you talk about you.
You let me
really
talk
good.
about me.
You're really
Just
good
kidding.
at it. Like we wouldn't be able to do as good as you anyway.
Oh,
so.
well, so-
what was that? Because yeah, we had some coworkers come in, and yeah, what was the point when Nia
Oh yeah, you
was
got
like
heckled a
because
little
you're
bit.
short? What was that in
Oh.
response to?
I
I can't remember because it was
said-
so.
I did a whole bit in this about like observations about Steamboat, and one is just that so many people are tall here.
Yeah.
It leads into how Steamboat was settled by the Vikings, and that's why
Oh
there's so many
yeah,
tall
the
Vikings.
FM Light and Sound. You should
Yeah.
play that bit.
All right, I'll play it. Squap.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you probably won't be able to hear the heckling.
You couldn't hear the audience very well on
No.
this audio, but yeah, it's
No.
one of our coworkers who's 5'0".
She's tiny.
by the
Yeah.
way. And I said, I was like, why is everyone here so tall? And she's like, you're just short. And I was like, shut up! I just yelled at her. And I was like, I know for a fact I'm taller than you. It was pretty funny.
My favorite bit about that is when you like, and they founded FM Light and Sons.
Yeah, that's a good little insider joke. So if anyone listens from outside the community, there's a
Oh my
a
god.
boot and hat outfitter here that's over 100 years old called FM Light and Sons. So if you drive into town from Denver on what highway is that? What's
40?
What's route? Is that 40? Where it starts? Yeah, it starts like an incredible distance.
From Steamboat. You still have
Like
like
100 miles
96
from
miles.
Steamboat.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I clocked it one day. I was like, I'm 96 miles from Steamboat.
Yeah.
And I saw the first fucking sign
They
for
have-
FM. My mom was like, what's that? We need to go there. We need to go there. I need to get me some cowboy boots. Like, that was
Nope.
her. I was like, we're not fucking going there, Mom.
Yeah,
You can
it's-
come another time. You can go by yourself.
It's funny though because in Alabama, you know, you're getting close when you see an Alexander Shannara billboard, which is a lawyer. Like as soon as you get to like Mississippi, like Alexander Shannara, based out of Mobile, Alabama.
It's like all of Alabama, like everywhere around the border. Is this
Actually,
guy.
dude, yeah, like for sure, like all over Alabama, there's Alexander Shannara.
So yeah, FM Light and Sons is this really old thing, but they have a bunch of handmade signs.
Yellow signs.
Yellow signs. It's yellow and black. There's over 32 of them, I think.
Yeah.
Over 100 miles outside of Steamboat. And if you're driving in, there's constant signs that are like, heading to Steamboat, check out FM Light and Sons.
And they like list how many like pairs of Levi jeans they have.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like,
We got 172 Levi jeans in
Levi.
stock.
I
right
don't
now.
know. My
Get
brain
some
doesn't
hats.
compute sometimes. See, exactly. It doesn't commute. It doesn't compute sometimes. It said Levi.
Levi.
Levi jeans. I'm pretty sure that's how you originally say it.
When the Levi breaks. My favorite Zeppelin song. Yeah, no, it was good. So I just, because it was really old, I said that it was founded by Leif Erikson, and FM stands for former murderer.
Nice.
Wait, who's Leif Erikson?
Really, you don't know?
I don't know.
He's like
I just laugh at it to make me sound
He's
so
like-
smart. I'm like,
He's like
Leif
the
Erikson.
Vikings.
Founded America first, and then
Yeah.
was like, "Fuck this
Oh.
place. There's
He was-
brown
His name is
people here."
Leif Erikson?
Leif Erikson
Sounds like
discovered
a
North
football
America.
player.
You
Sounds
thought
like
he was a
number-
football player?
No, the name sounds like a football player. Like
It does
number
sound like a
46,
football player.
Leif Erikson, linebacker
Plays
for
for
the
the
Denver Broncos.
for like the Vikings, right?
Yeah.
He plays for the Vikings, just a serious edge
Because he is a
rusher.
fucking Viking.
So he's a Viking. He was like one of the first Vikings who sailed all the way across and discovered North America.
Okay,
That's, yeah. Very famous Viking leader is Leif Erikson.
not a famous Viking name.
Well, that's why Eric, the name
No,
Eric is from Leif Erikson,
That makes sense.
because that was his dad. Hence the name, Leif Erikson. son of
Eric's
Eric.
son. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you
They're
like,
very simple with the names. And he probably was born on a leaf.
he was he's literally
Like Littlefoot.
like
Yeah, they had kids named Hiccup because they hiccuped. Like,
All right,
straight
well,
up.
I'll play that bit now, I guess, now that we already told you all about it. Here we go. Oh, another thing I noticed about Steamboat is everyone here is so goddamn tall. Shut up! I know who said that. I'm taller than you. But seriously, though, it's fucking annoying. I'm walking around the farmer's market, and there's all these, like, giant middle schoolers walking past me. God damn it. They're all tall and blonde, too. It's like, did I miss the point of American history where the Vikings settled northwest Colorado? Like, open a history book, and it's like, after a lifetime of raping and pillaging, Leif Erikson sailed the mighty Yampa River, where he settled and founded FM Light and Sons. Right. The FM stands for former murderer. That's a fun fact.
Ha!
You're so funny, Kyle. Let's talk about you some more.
Yay!
He's short.
I'm short.
He's wearing American flag shorts.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I am, dude.
America.
That's all I know. I just
No, I really liked that. It was like an easier history lesson than Spencer's.
Yeah,
it's easy to do history if you just make it up. Yeah.
it's far more accurate.
Yeah.
We learned who Leif Erikson was and,
And
about his travels
why
down to
there's
Yampa.
tall blondes here.
The mighty Yampa. Overall, all the feedback we got from the show was great, and we really appreciate everybody who came out. And
So
again,
much so.
if you listen to this podcast and you haven't seen it, again, it's on YouTube.com. It's this weird video website.
I don't know if anyone's like really. I don't know if it's like popping off yet, but YOU.
you should buy stock in this thing called YouTube.
YouTube.
It's I think it's got a future. I mean, it's no Vimeo, but it's it's pretty good.
Yeah. It doesn't have the search functionality as Vimeo. But
Yeah, it's no
Only
Bing
you would
video.
really know that, Spencer.
You guys ever search for anything on Vimeo?
Yes.
It just likes to fuck with you. It's just like
No, we don't. I don't know the
search.
search patterns of Venmo because
Vimeo.
Venmo.
That's like where you get money and watch videos. Is that?
Yeah,
At the same damn time.
Same damn time. We should just made Venmo and whatever that other app is that you
Vimeo.
guys are using.
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, so again, in closing, we really appreciate you listening to the podcast. Appreciate you who came to the show, watch the show on YouTube, support us, and please come out and see us this Friday. I'll probably have this out hopefully tomorrow.
At
so-
Butcher Knife
Yeah,
Brewing.
get it out before the end of 9/11.
Yeah, that'll
Before
really
midnight 9/11, which is tomorrow. So that'll
Where
be
were
tough.
you?
That's kind of tough.
Where were you when they built that ladder to heaven?
9/11.
9/11.
Mm.
And on that cheerful note of 9/11, never forget.
Oh, you know what? I saw a meme today that's like, I miss the America of September 12th, 2001. You know, and it had like an
Yeah,
American flag.
when there
in
was
the
all
back.
those dead bodies on the
Yeah,
ground in
and
New
we
York.
were all
and
traumatized.
Be an American.
And we're all scared to go into public.
we were
At
trying
least
to-
I know I'm free.
And I won't forget about the towers in NYC. No.
Good save. Good
That's-
save.
Oh, and then shortly after that,
Oh my God.
The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers came out, which was the best Lord of the
Oh,
Rings. It's the
is
best
that
one.
was that really right after 9/11?
Yeah.
Not right
Yeah.
after. No, 2001.
It was
when
actually
the
first
going
going to be called the Two Collapsing and Burning Towers, but I think
Yeah.
they changed it.
Yeah.
Patrick
there was
from
no
the studio
second
audience
plane.
like that one. All right, we're gonna go away. Thank you guys for listening. Much appreciated. I'm Kyle. That's Spencer. Miles, Kendra. Say goodbye.
Bye. Adios.
Adios, amigos.
Bye.
Radio Land.
Dude.